Hey, it's Gigi the Gadget Goddess, and I wanted to break out some of my smaller niche items today because I wanted to talk about the Jelly Phone 2, which is coming to Kickstarter on July the 21st. Some of you know, some of you don't. I own the Jelly Phone 1 Pro. I did the Kickstarter for it. It's made by Unihertz, and at the time, I think I was part of the early birds, so I opted in for 79 bucks. It's got a couple of security updates since then, but of course this is a very old phone. It was announced in 2017. I'm not sure exactly when I got it. They marketed it as the smartest small 4G phone. Of course, for me, I put a launcher on it, and I did run it with a SIM. You know, when I went walking and things of that nature, I would take this phone because I had books, movies, the whole nine on it. Battery is 950 milliamps. The camera was 2 megapixel in the front and 8 megapixel in the back. And it has a nano SIM memory card, which most phones are running. Being I got the Pro, I had 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigabytes of storage. 2.4 inches, you know, that, like I said, 2017. Now this phone actually came out 2019, I believe. This is the Palm companion phone, and of course I had to put my touch on it. I actually ran a SIM in this one too, and I'm using the same launcher. This is Smart Launcher Pro, which breaks down your things into categories versus not having an app drawer or running what Palm deemed to be the only thing you needed because it was such a small phone. And I used it about the same. I had a mint 3 months of free service SIM in it, 3 months and 3 gigabytes for each month. I used it. I think I took calls on it for like one of my streams maybe, but you know, it was just a neat kind of niche item. I love big phones, but I also like the tiny, I'm getting ready to go somewhere kind of phone because I don't have service on my smartwatch. So with the Palm phone, which originally came just to Verizon, this is an unlocked version, but when they first dropped it, it was a Verizon exclusive. It was 3.3 inches, so slightly bigger than the Jelly phone. It has a 435 Snapdragon processor, 12 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel selfie cam, 3 gigabytes of RAM, and 32 gigabytes of storage. So it almost doubles the specs in the Jelly, but at the same time, you have to think about it. The phone is 2 years newer. This one uses USB Type-C, and this one uses micro USB. This one has a smaller battery. This is an 800 milliamp battery, and it was running Android 8.1. Even though it was 2 years younger, it has a smaller battery, and it's only running 1 step above what the Jelly phone was running. They were very overpriced when they first released it. I think it was $350, which I thought was very excessive for this tiny phone that does not last you all day. I waited, and you can find them on eBay, you can find them on Amazon, and they're unlocked. For those of you on GSM, this is wonderful. For people who are on like Sprint, sucks to be you because, you know, it's not fully converted yet. People on Verizon, I think you can go out there on a limb and find one probably used. For anyone asking, what's this nifty contraption in the background? This is a GPD Pocket, and they have even upgraded that since I got it. It's running Windows 10, but at the same time, again, this is me and something that I like because it's different. So this is like great for travel, little devices like these. You pack them up in your bag. If you're a guy, you can put them in camera bag or something, and you have these little devices, and you're not too invested in constantly checking things. I can't wait to try out the Jelly 2. It'll add to my niche products that are tiny. It's gonna be 3.74 inches by 1.94 inches by 0.65 inches. So it's not going to be a big phone, of course. It's going to be small, just like the previous model, just a touch bigger. I think the design change is wonderful. I'll stick a picture in there. I think the bezels could have been a bit smaller, but at least they put a fingerprint sensor on the back. It's upgraded at least. I really don't feel like any of these smartphones will be for the power user. Phones are like this, like I said before, very niche and are more for people who just want to collect something or want to feel more nostalgic. That's why I won't really pay more than maybe $100, a little over $100 for one of these. This one says it has the update. Look at there. But I mean, I haven't used it in a while, so I'm gonna sit and download this update that the Jelly phone has. And it's a 2019 update, so that tells you I hadn't used it since March of 2019, because that's when this update is from. Whereas I don't think the Palm got an update the entire time I had it. Jelly's running an update. I'm gonna check this one for an update. Oh no, this one got an update February 29th of this year. I think that's when I took it out of the box. Yeah, I got this phone in February, so it got the update when I got it. Okay, we got an update on this one too, so label me a liar. Let's download them both. But I will tell you this one, this is holding better battery life than this over here. Like, I'm watching the battery life go down on this. When I started the video, it wasn't at 100%, but it was probably in the 80s or 90s, and it's at 50% or 60 something percent now. So we're gonna install this update that I already took over here while this one still goes. Can I throw some shade in here right quick and say that with this phone getting an update last year, and it was a 2017 phone getting an update in 2019, it's shooting better than the TCL phone that said they're only going to support it for a year. And this phone was $79. They should continue to update this one. If anything, they should put this one on Android 10 for as much as you pay for it. But what I'm saying is, like, these phones are still being supported, and TCL's only giving you 1 year of updates. I know that's just a sidebar. It has nothing to do with either one of these phones, but I'm just sitting here thinking, you know. Palm is coming back up. See what's going on over here. We're at 91% over here. When I went through my small buying stage, I bought everything small. So small phone, small computer. Definitely didn't opt for a iPad mini or anything. It looks massive next to this. So okay, we're gonna install this one now. Back up and running. I'll go into settings and make sure there are not 10 other updates, because I've done that before with this little booger. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's like, how can you see that crap? It's really not that bad. And yes, I use the keyboard on this and everything. I use the same keyboard on every device I have. My iPhone, my Android. Flex key is the best thing because it predicts everything. So it says everything's been updated. So it's had 2 updates in the entire time I've owned it. I'll do another check. It'll probably say it's up to date. Somebody's cutting grass. I'm hoping y'all can't hear that. Maybe you can. Okay, it says it's up to date. But just to show you, like, the size of the keyboard on this bad boy. There's my keyboard. And it's not a swipe joint, so literally, see, I just typed Kim and it came up just fine. Phone, even if I mess it up, it corrects it. Flex key is the best keyboard ever. I'm very much a gesture girl. That's why Android 10 and all the other stuff doesn't really bother me, because I love gestures. But I'm gonna turn this bad boy off because it's at 42%. And I told you when we started out this video, it had to be in the high 80s or even 90%. And just in a matter of time of us making this video, it's almost kaput. I'll come back over here to Jelly, and Jelly is installing system update, which is not showing up clearly on the camera, but I'm reading it. But we're still waiting for this update. If you happen to miss my unboxing and review of Chewy, make sure you check that out. I'll put a card right here so you can just click up in the corner and check that out.
1 eternity later.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably been about 10 minutes. And it's just now coming back up. So I'm catching it on the reboot. But yeah, it's now updated. I can't wait to get my hands on the new Jelly 2. It looks to be a better design. It's gonna have double the size and battery. I think it's 2000 milliamps. It's gonna run Android 10. And yeah, it'll probably cost me 50 bucks more than this one did. Thanks for dropping by my channel and carrying on with me for these weird antics. Like, I know everybody's not into small stuff like I am, but they're not into the bigger items either. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I hope you have a fantabulous day. Holla!